Hey folks, it's Rob Flux here with another Real Deal in the Field with Krishna, one of my students, at a real deal that we've actually looked at previously. And this is an update, mate. This is your project in Carrum. It's a cracking looking site. How long till it's finished?
It's probably about 4 weeks away from finishing, and yeah.
4 weeks, very first deal. Previously projected to make about 500K out of this. We'll get to an update on how he's going on that in a couple of secs. Now they're about to do a concrete pour, so what we're going to do is we're going to take you out the back, set up over there. We're going to have a look at some fantastic views in a couple of secs, and we'll give you an update on how this project's going. Till then, see you soon. Hey folks, now that we're inside and away from the concrete pour, let's give you a little bit of a wrap up as to what this project is. We touched on this project a little while ago, mate. It's a very, very creative solution. It's a duplex site, which lots of people do duplex sites, but you've got a very, very creative acquisition model here with the delayed settlement and early access, because you actually purchased a yet to be subdivided block of land. So person behind you was subdividing, you picked up that block of land, he was expecting one house to go on it. You've identified the opportunity for a duplex to go on it. So mate, firstly, congrats on that.
Thank you, Rob.
But the fact that he had not yet created title, what issues and challenges did that create for you going through trying to get the planning permits? Victoria called permits, everywhere else called a development application. What did it cause you getting those planning permits here, mate?
I think to get a planning permit, even before the subdivision's done on a site like this, it required a little bit of education to the council itself in how it can be done, and that created a little bit of delays. So we had to get the town planner to educate the council town planning officer itself to say that it can happen in these circumstances, to try and push ahead and convince them and educate them. So that's a delay by 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, effectively council went, well, we can't put an application on something that doesn't yet exist. And the answer is you can, it just has to have a development condition in there that says subject to the prior subdivision being completed. And so that caused a few delays. Eventually you convinced them to actually do that. And you managed to use that timeline while you were waiting for their subdivision to actually complete to get the majority of your development application through, yeah?
Yeah, most of the development application came through in that period, and we were able to go straight to engineering as well, while we got some reasonable indication from the council that there weren't many other objections.
Yeah, but it did cause a couple of delays in the project. I think that might have meant that the original builder that you had lined up, you didn't quite execute, the timing didn't quite work out for that. What kind of timeline challenges did that add to your process?
We were talking to a particular builder while during the process of acquiring this site, and we didn't live too far away from here and came highly recommended. However, by the time when we were ready to pull the trigger on getting the build, he was pretty loaded up in his pipeline of projects, and his insurance didn't allow us to take on another project like ours. So we had an option to wait for 6 months while he made some capacity in his insurance in his projects, or to find an alternative builder straight up. And we decided, look, it's worth just getting on with it. Any more delays is going to cost us in money. Yep,
and in doing that, obviously, a slight change in costs with, I guess, the building side of things, and also the cost of building materials have gone up and that sort of thing. So I know that you were projected to make the 500K. We haven't got an exact number yet, but you're in the ballpark of that?
Yeah, we're not too far from that. Even if I make 400, I'd be more than happy, very happy with that. So look, we're not too far from it, but we're not quite yet.
But very, very creative solution here, folks. We are in Carrum, and we are literally a stone's throw away from the beach. And so the house has been designed to try and maximise as much as we can to try and get some of those beach views. So we're going to, including this very, very creative rooftop space upstairs, which we're going to go and have a look at. Now it's so it's upside down living. So living is actually in the middle level.
It's a reverse living. So because of the beach and behind this house, there's some opportunities to get some beach views.
As I said, creative solution. There's a really nice little garden space that's just here, actually. So this is actually a little balcony inside, and yes, we can actually see the adjacent neighbour's property, but if you actually look between the two houses, you can actually get the the beach views, not the city views. But what we're going to do right now, we're just going to go up these little stairs right here. Krishna, up we go, and then we're going to show you the views that you can get from outside. See you soon. Come on up. Here we are, folks, the money shot. From where I'm standing, there is 180-degree views of beachfront, nothing but beachfront from here, including some magnificent views of the city skyline all the way over there, mate. Cracking outcome. What you can see here, this is the guy that you actually bought the rear vacant block of land off of. Tell us some of the issues and challenges that you had in buying that land off of him, other than that delayed settlement aspect that you had.
Look, it's not so much issues we had, more or less an opportunity. This is a big land from main road to the beach. There's only one house between us and the beach at the moment. So this gentleman was planning to build his house, and we saw an opportunity of a block here in front of him, and we approached him, and we carved up what we wanted from there. And in the end, we ended up giving 4 square meters back to the landlord because that gave us an edge over how much we can build in this site, which is 35%.
Yeah, I might go into that in a little bit more detail. Basically, he bought a little bit over 500 square meters of land off of this guy, but the rules in the area said if you're less than 500 square meters, you can actually build more house and have less garden space. So he actually gave up 4 square meters in order to get a bigger dwelling, which is a fantastic outcome to give something away in order to create something much bigger. Mate, so well done on that. Only 4 weeks away from completion. Next steps from here, clearly going to stage it, put it on the market, that sort of thing. So got some good indications from your agents that you're going to do really well from that. So, mate, I cannot wait to see the results of this.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for your support.
Mate, give the audience out there some final lessons on if they want to get involved. This is your very first project. If they want to get involved and do a project just like this, give them some guidance on how they can start the process themselves.
Look, for a beginner, it's always tricky to have answers to everything. So I think being part of a community that does this day in, day out, and having hanging out with people that do it and there are different stages has always helped me.
Yep.
To find those answers very quickly, whether it's a WhatsApp group or whatever it is, attending your meetups, has always helped me to find some of those answers. So that's the way we were about to we were able to just move one step forward. So that's the best advice I could ever share.
Yep. Hang around people that are doing it just like you want to do it, folks, and that's the key. In order to do that, why don't you come to one of our upcoming meetups? We run those in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide, and we live stream them all the way around the country. And once this project is actually complete, sold, and the cash in the bank, Krishna is going to come and present the full real deal in all its glory at one of our upcoming meetups here in Melbourne. So till then, folks, can't wait. See you on the other side. Bye for now.